Okay, my friends, and welcome to this practice. And we are going to take time to just really feel everything that is arising for us. And so I call this class Relax Deeply, but depending on what's happening in your life and how stressful or how you're holding your stress or whatever it is you are personally experiencing, you might not relax deeply. But that's okay. We do the work and we take the poses and we sit with our breath and we sit with what arises. And sometimes that stuff that comes up that we just pay attention to, say, okay, I see you, I feel you. And maybe we need to keep holding, maybe we can let it go, whatever your experience is. You just say, I did good practice. So, okay, let's begin with a nice deep breath. So just sitting as you are, we'll take a nice big breath in. And as you breathe in, lift your chin. And as you breathe out, drop the chin, curl in. And let's just do that a few times. So as you take your big breath, you can close your eyes. And breathe out. And just feeling as you continue to do this, any tension in your neck, your jaw, your shoulders, the back of your heart. Feel the little oscillations of your spine, almost like a little bit of cat and a little bit of cow. Good. And this time as you inhale, settle into the in-between. Notice how you've placed your hands. And however they are, just notice. Soften into your hands. And let your lower jaw hang open slightly. And now invite your inner gaze to drop in, maybe towards your heart. You don't need to be so still. If your body needs to move, then connect to that. As you begin your next inhale, bring your hands up into your heart, whatever that means for you, on your heart, in front of your heart, bowing your chin. And inhaling from here, lifting the chin. Exhale as you are. And I'm just going to chant Om 3 times as a way of just inviting the body, vibrate a little bit from the inside out. So it doesn't need to be super loud or super long. Inhale. Bowing your chin, and placing your hands on your thighs. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, feel free to stretch your legs out, move your toes around. Good. Okay, and then we're going to start with just massaging the feet. So take one foot, place it somewhere you can reach it, and then we'll take some of your foot elixir and starting to love your foot, the sole of your foot. And then all that good foot energy. Okay, so I'm just getting the heel, the arch, all those good places. And today we're going to also weave the fingers in between the toes. So you'll just feel like you've kind of lubed everywhere, warmed it up, and then you'll sneak the opposite hand fingers in between the toes. You can use your same hand to kind of give them a little pull and pull them up. And try and get web to web as best you can. And if that's not going to happen, that's fine. And once you're in, we're just going to start to move the foot. And that might be, just shaking your toes, like shaking hands with your toes or rolling your ankle. Okay, now your thumb is free. You're going to take your thumb and you're going to place it in the center of your foot. So anywhere, underneath the balls of the feet. And you start to kind of work that in a little bit. So as you push in, you pull the toes forward. Oh, here comes the dog catcher.
The dog wrangler. Thank you, dog wrangler.
Thank you. Good. And so just kind of feel in there. You might rub, up and down. You might make circles. Just noticing if it feels a little tight or painful, maybe even could be. But then you just smile, back off. And I'm just going to add my other hand and just rubbing the sole of the foot with the thumbs. Good. Okay. And then we're just going to spread the toes. So you can keep rubbing with your opposite hand if you like, or just spread your toes, spread your fingers. Good. Give them a little shake. Good. Okay. And then we'll release the fingers and just give the whole foot a twist. And then we might even give each toe a little twist. Good. Okay. Nice. And then we'll switch. So if you want to pause for a moment, it's always interesting. Look at the color of the 2 feet. Oh, we lost Lindsay. Yeah, and then we'll switch. Just greasing this one up very well. And again, just paying attention to the toes, the arch of the foot, the sole of your foot, and the heel. Okay, and then we'll sneak the opposite fingers in between the toes. Same thing, and pull up. And we'll start to just move that around. So you can just shake hands with your toes or roll your ankle, depending on how you're sitting, what's accessible. And then I'm just going to bring my other hand in and take the thumb of that finger hand and kind of work the center of the foot, the arch of the foot, all these soft and tender places.
I like to push my toes into the webs of my fingers like as hard as I can. It feels really good.
Like you said it louder.
Oh, I said I like to push my toes into the webs of my finger. Like to push, like pressure. You know what I mean? It feels really good.
You can see your foot.
Oh, I don't know. Nobody's gonna see that when I do it.
Yeah,
just more like pushing your foot against your hand.
Yeah, work it. Yeah. Whatever works. Your foot loves it. Good. Okay. And then I'm just going to spread the fingers a couple times. Just work in there. Give it a little shake. And then we'll sneak the hand out and we'll just give this foot some twisting and into the toes twisting. Good. Okay. All right. Sock her up. Okay, so we are going to do some forward folds, but we're going to start on our backs. And if you'd like to take a blanket or something to lay down to support yourself, then do that. And set it up very nice. I'm going to use my bolster under my head too. So if you have your bolster, you can bring that in. And if you don't have a bolster, you're just going to fold up a nice thick blanket. And you might even do two. So you'll see how it goes. Okay, and I'll just show you what we're going to do. So I'm just going to come to lie down. I have my heating pad here too. And it's like my new favorite yoga accessory.
Oh, sorry.
So, okay. Once you come to lie down, you'll just place the bolster right just underneath the head. And then we can start with the knees bent. And the arms just resting like you're in Shavasana. And then feel free to drop the knees together if you like, or keep them separated. Let's take a few breaths here. Allow your body to settle. And I'm just feeling, let your eyes close. If you need a little support underneath your hands, you can throw a little blanket underneath your arms is nice. If you like that, just like that. Okay, I'm going to close Heart's computer because we're not going to do any eye gazing. Okay. And as you now are settling in, just notice any places here that you feel, oh, they feel a little tight, a little tense. Let the jaw fall open slightly. And the eyes drop deep inside. And whenever you're ready from here, we're just going to come to windshield wiper, just as a way of kind of shaking off your day and just moving your back, your low back, your hips. So, go slow. For yourself. This little bit of a twisting and okay, let's do one more on each side. Good. And then we'll come back to center. And we're just going to bring the right knee into your chest, and you'll interlace your fingers. You can hug it in, and then the left leg can go long on the floor, or it can stay bent. You're just going to let the legs almost relax, so your feet are not active. Let your shoulders drop. And if this feels very, very crunchy, then you can always bring, if you have your chair or you put your foot at the wall, you can always lay your foot on your leg on the chair, on your folding chair if you like. You can also use a strap or something to kind of drape over the leg. But if you're okay as you are, then just do nothing but breathe. Just as we start to settle in, if your hip crease feels very tight or not happy, then just move that leg around, in and out, or front to back. And then just see if you can drop back in. So what that means is that your eyes are softening, your jaw is softening, and the shoulders are dropping. And then we just continue down the back, the front of your body, and even into that hip crease where you might be feeling some sensations. Breath. That tension can flow out through the back of your head, heart, and your hip crease. Even exhaling through your mouth if that helps. Noticing if you're holding in your buttock, in your glute. And what can you let go of here? And even feeling into the sole of the right foot. Still enjoying the benefits of the massage and the sole of your left foot. And then coming back up to the head, like just bringing your awareness back to the jaw, the shoulders, your eyes, and the back of your heart. And then lovingly release this leg. You might take the foot to the floor. You might want to, windshield wiper this knee a little bit side to side. And then you'll stretch the legs out or have the legs bent, whichever one. I'm just going to drop in, let your feet just flop. Rest your hands wherever feels good. And feel the benefits or the effects of that. And even feeling, I released some of my stress out of my right hip. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with the left. So you can bring the left knee in and find whatever you need to do to keep it wherever it's going to go. And let your feet relax. You need to move this knee in and out or side to side a little bit, do that. And if you need to bend the right leg, do that. And just be with this shape and consciously letting go, dropping any stress, tension that you can let go of here. Scanning all these touch places where we hold our stress. In the back of the head, the jaw, the eyes, the shoulders, and as you continue down, just noticing too in the hip joint, the glute, the belly, and then what you might notice is that once you think you've released one part, and then you start to think about another part, that as you release that other part, the first part is going to regrip. So you just keep your awareness playfully moving around. And let's take one more full breath. And then we'll lovingly release this leg. And you might just put the foot on the floor or do a little half windshield wiper with it a few times or just stretch it out. And just take a few moments to just be with your body here. Grounded on the floor. Now, just as you are, I said we're going to do some forward folding. And I want you to feel with the bolster under your head, how the chin is just coming into, that notch of the chest. The shoulders are dropping. And it's almost like your forehead is, it's this nice slope towards the chin. And now move your brain energy from the forehead to the back of your head. And you drop, anything you're holding at the forehead to the back of the head. Even with your eyes. Just take a few more breaths with that imagery of releasing, that forward motion of your awareness all day. And now let that, bless me, drop to the back of your head. We'll prepare to come out, but so I'm going to have you roll to your side and come up to sitting. If you'd like to hug your knees into your chest for a few moments first, and just kind of stretch out your low back, and rock a little bit side to side, then take your time. And when you're ready, you'll know. You'll just roll to your side, and you might just take a few moments there. And we'll come back. So whenever you get here, you take your time. Okay, because all we're going to do once we get here is just sit for a moment. So you might have your legs crossed or your legs stretched out. Yay. Okay, and then just take a few breaths. Good. And then letting your eyes open slowly. And then we'll set up for sitting. So sitting on something, and you might sit on your bolster. I'm going to sit on this little folded blanket. So whatever works for you. I'm just going to keep facing you too. And good. Okay. And I do have my folding chair here. So if you're using this when you do forward folds, I'm just going to show this and then I'll put it away. But so I'll set if I'm going to do a forward fold this way, then you would just rest your arms and your head on the chair. And you could do the same thing at the wall so that we're supporting this, frontal, I'm going to say frontal brain to soften to the back brain. Okay. So once you are sitting comfortably, then let's just do a little side bend just to stretch out. So take one hand down, just reach your other arm up and just side bend a little bit. Good. And then just flow side to side a few times. Nice. Okay. I love that. Good. And just feeling, you can open your hand, stretch it. You can roll your wrist here. Just open side of your body. And let's just do maybe a few more. You might even play with how you're bringing your arm up and over, and just even circle your arm all the way up and over. You can even bend your elbow if you need to here. Good. Okay, I'm going to just make it a little bigger for a few more rounds. Good. Okay, and great. And then we'll just bring it in, come back, pause, change the cross of your legs. Good. Okay, so I'm going to have the right hand down. I'm just going to bring the left arm back and up. And then I'll bring it to hold onto the right knee. We'll just take it behind for a little twist. So feel free to find a little cat-cow here. You might arch your back or twist a little bit. Just find some movement. Okay, and then we'll just flow the hands over to the opposite side. And just do the same thing. And you can feel free to move or be. Feel you're opening your lungs, your shoulders, and just releasing some of that tension you may have, may have snuck in during your day. Okay, good. And then bring yourself back to your center. Okay, so we're going to start with an Upavishta with the legs out wide, and they don't have to go super wide. And you might even, if they don't feel happy here, you can always throw a blanket underneath your knees, underneath your heels. So just to start with the legs, I'm just going to move the toes in and out a little bit, just to kind of roll the leg and get myself ready. And then I'll bring the bolster in. You might use it and you might not. You can support your forehead and use your chair. Okay, you put your bolster, and it can go any way. So let's just start by just take your hands behind you. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, let your breath go, let your feet relax. Start to drop your head towards your chest, like you have that bolster there. And then from there, now walk your hands forward and come into whatever that is. If that's the chair, bring it in. If it's the bolster to support your head, great. If it's a block, if it's fists, so some way that you can support your forehead. You might rest your elbows. So the chair is going to be, I don't want to say the easiest, but it is the most accessible. So you don't have to go that far. Okay. You don't have to go for maximum anything. This is about opening the pelvic floor, releasing tension and stress that we hold in our hips, on the back of the heart, with your head dropping and the forehead supported. So however you need to make that happen, then you're going to make that happen. However you need to make that happen. Now you're here. So nothing to do but just feel where the breath is being received. And using your bit of, playful lila, your playfulness. So just breathe into these parts that don't get breath regularly. Stay with that, and you can also just let it go and simply be. You notice if the skin of the forehead is being drawn up, and we really want that to be drawn down. So we're encouraging the body to be restful. Dropping that awareness of the front of the brain to the back of your brain, back of your head, the back of your heart, your shoulder blades, your shoulders, all that tension. Just feel spacious and deeply relaxed. Notice if your eyes or your forehead are taking tension or thoughts, and just keep bringing your refocusing and drawing the eyes, the front of the forehead to the back of the head. And just taking a few more breaths, releasing back of your heart, the front of your brain. And when you feel ready, you're going to press yourself up, just let your head hang. And once you come upright, you can even keep your eyes closed. You just take the hands behind you and feel free to fold your legs in to cross-legged or even sitting if you need to move a little bit, then that's fine. And lovely. Yeah. And just take your comfortable Sukhasana. So that's your cross-legged sit. And if you can always throw blankets in if it's not super comfortable. We're going to do forward fold here. So again, you could bring the chair in or use your bolster. You could even use a block too. And I think I'm going to use a block this time just to show that. So same thing. Once you're here, settle in. Let your jaw drop and your chin drop. And as you start to feel yourself drop into this shape, then feel free to walk your hands forward and come into this forward fold. And so, it can be very different. You can do the bolster the same way. If you can come down, you can use a block, your chair, whatever it is. You kind of play, find what's the best for you. Just allowing the skin of the forehead to fold, to be drawn towards the nose. So you've tucked the chin enough that when you rest the head, the skin of the forehead is drawing down. Okay, breathing into maybe your hips, or if you feel more grounded here, or a different type of grounding, release into that. You feel some new tension that's in the hips or the feet. Can you breathe into that? Maybe make little micro movements to adjust yourself, or you can find that place to just really be here. Shifting your awareness to the back of your head with your eyes, and with feeling the front of the head moving towards the back of the head. Fill yourself up with your breath and release that breath. Like the waves of the ocean. The ocean doesn't hold on to anything. Anything that is brought to the ocean is dispersed. You feel that your breath is doing that same thing for you. It's just spreading, dispersing something that you're carrying. It's just going to open it up. And releasing yourself, and then same way, just let your head hang as you walk yourself upright. And as you come up, you might want to stretch your legs out, or you might want to bend your knees. And again, just windshield wiper a little bit here. or just move your feet, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to come to opposite cross of the legs. So whatever you did, you switch it. And that could bring more discomfort. You might want to sit on your bolster or your block, like if it's the opposite cross. I also bring my shins forward slightly here. So whatever works. Take a moment. And then you'll close your eyes. You'll let your jaw drop, head drop. Feel yourself get a little more grounded with that. And then walk yourself forward. You can open your eyes a little bit if you need to find your props. And it might be very different than what you did last time. So be kind and move things around as you need to. Drop your shoulders. Scruff of your neck is long. Any discomfort you feel, you do your best to be like the ocean. Move it around with your breath, or make little micro corrections in your seated posture to maybe bring in more comfort. Take one more breath. And then same thing, just, very gently bring yourself out and make any movements you need to be here. Again. Okay. So the next one we're going to do is Baddha Konasana, and that's the soles of the feet together, knees out. So depending on what you need, prop up and support yourself. Okay. And then the bolster or the chair, whichever one. It might be very high, whatever it is. So you're going to figure it out. So just coming to sit, the feet together, whatever you need to do to prop up and make it a little bit less stretchy. And then allow your chin to drop, jaw drop. And just feel as your whole body kind of descend into the earth. And then very slowly again, walk yourself forward. You don't have to go that far. Wherever your body says is good, prop up. And release yourself here. Softening your eyes, drawing your inner awareness to the back of your head. Just taking a few more breaths. And again, as you're ready, pressing yourself up and just letting your head be heavy. Once you're in it, stretch your legs into whatever you need. And just start to feel what you've offered yourself through your head, through any stress, tension you might were holding. Okay. Right, we're going to move back onto your back. And you can put a blanket on either side. We're going to do just supported twists. So I'm going to put my bolster back underneath my head. You could use your blankets, and then you could have one blanket on either side of you. Just support your knees. Okay. All right. And let's just start just as we did. You know, you can put a shawl over yourself if you like. Have your eye pillow handy. Come back and lie down. And the head on the bolster. Your legs stretched out or bent, whichever one. Pardon me. And wherever you've placed your hands, out to the side or resting on your body is great. Okay. Sending all of that work into this here. So really feel like your eyes, the forehead, everything's just dropping to the back of the skull. Shoulders are dropping. Feel into your breath, whatever it is, nice and relaxed. You might not feel the urge to have to breathe so deeply now. We've kind of irrigated the body. And, okay. And then if your legs are stretched out, now you just bend them. Place your feet on the floor. And with your feet on the floor, just lift your hips just a little bit and pull the tailbone forward so you're lengthening the back. And then take your back down. And then we'll open the arms out and we're going to drop both knees over to the right. So if you want to bring them into your chest first and then drop them over, that's fine. Or just drop them over, adjust, stack. You can put something in between your knees if you prefer, or underneath, like a blanket. You can roll it. You can move your knees up higher towards your right arm or down lower. And then your head is going to turn to the left, but we have this bolster. So you might not turn all the way. Just turn it wherever's comfortable to the left. If your left shoulder is lifting, then you can use that little trick where we bend the right forearm, the right elbow to the floor. You anchor it down, lift the right side of your chest, and you spin the chest more to the left. That might bring it down, but if it doesn't, throw a blanket underneath. And then just drop in. Just noticing if there's space for you to release anywhere along your left side. What can you let go of here? And maybe it's something you need to hold. That's okay. You're just getting to know and to participate with whatever is happening in your body. With soft, relaxed eyes and a soft, relaxed jaw. And an easy flow of your breath. You might notice that your breath is starting to deepen. Just observe your breath and observe the power of your breath. What is being brought to its limit as you inhale, and what is being freed as you exhale. Take maybe one or two more breaths here. And you'll just bring your feet back to the floor and your knees up. And we'll just take a few moments to rest in neutral. If you need to windshield wiper or whatever you need to do, invite that. And then you can rest with the knees bent, or if you want to stretch your legs straight, and just take a few moments to just observe. And to really feel what you have let go of. Okay, when you feel ready, then you'll just move over to the second side. And you can use your blanket. You can use this one. And finding, realizing that the two sides are different. So adjust what you need here. Settle in. Move your props higher, lower, in between your knees. Wherever it needs to go. And then as you start to settle, you'll notice if the right shoulder is coming to the floor, if it's lifted. Then you might bend the left elbow and press the left elbow into the floor. Lift the left side of your chest and spin more to the right. And then you can release the left arm. And if that didn't work and you need a blanket underneath your shoulder, place it. Just turn your head to the right. And just come back to anything you can experience here. Observing with your playfulness and your invitation to be very present. Notice, when your front brain, your forehead, starts to feel like it's focusing, and redirect to the back of your brain. Even bringing your inner gaze there. Noticing if your breath has started to lengthen or deepen. As if you're riding the seas of your breath, just notice and observe. Again, just moving into your final breaths. And as you feel ready, just come back onto your back. And again, just resting in your stillness. And just feeling, making any movements you need to, or just being still. Soften your eyes, the back of your head. Okay, so from here we're going to move into Shavasana, and I'm going to do a supported boat pose. So I'll show you how to do that. If you want, if you're like, I'm just happy, it's fine. If you want to hug your knees in for a moment, just kind of massage your back a little bit. And then you can either come up to sitting, take a moment in sideline, and then you'll. So, okay. So I have a wall here, and I'm going to use the wall, legs up the wall, and body up the bolster. If you have a chair and you don't have a wall nearby, you can just put your legs on the chair. So I do have, my dog's sleeping on my props. Okay. I'm going to prop the bolster up as we've been doing. So 2 blocks. I can sneak the other one out from under his head. No, I'm just going to get another one. Okay. So I'm going to set this up. So I have 1 block. They're not that close, right? And one will end up in my chest, hopefully, just supporting my heart. And the other one, I've got 2 very different blocks. Okay, I'll support this. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then as I lie down over that, so I'll just, oh, that's why this one's too high. Okay, I'll just show you again what I'm doing. So 2nd height, 3rd height, bolster. Okay, and now I'm going to be at an angle. I'll put my legs up the wall. So it's not going to, I'm going to come closer, but it's not going to be like perfectly, like sometimes we go right close to the wall. Yes. All right, good. And then I'll take my blanket. I'm just going to open it up all the way and put my, am I using my bolster? Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put my feet in the middle of this blanket, and I'll wrap my legs up. And then I'm going to rest here. Switch these. Right, props fall. Take a moment, readjust. It's all worth it. It will be worth it. So what I like about this pose is that we have, we're angling from the brain to our earth chakra, and the legs are at a different angle to your pelvic floor than they normally are. And we're just inviting all this energy to settle into the earth chakra first, right at the base of the pelvis, base of the spine. Is where we hold our security and our safety. So I'm just inviting grounding in here. So this feels very comfortable for me. I'm happy. If it's not great, take the time to readjust or move into any shape you like. I'm not working my legs at all. I'm going to let them just be here at the wall. Now feel if you've taken this bolster shape, the back of your head is supported, back of your heart. You can just melt in. Just let your body rest into whatever supports you've offered. Just taking everything you have invited in during this time we had together. Let it all be here. Right? And I'll just say this too. If you set yourself up in a position and you're not happy with your choice, that's no problem. Just change. Just find a place where you can relax deeply and enjoy a few quiet moments just to simply be Shavasana. Set yourself up in any position other than lying straight down, and you feel you want to spend a few moments just lying on your back, just straight out, then go ahead and shift into that right now if you'd like. Otherwise, just staying as you are and resting. Just before we come out, I'm just going to bring my hands together and take the thumbs up to rest along the center of the forehead. I'm just going to let them soften in towards the palms. So the thumbs are together, the hands are together. You rest the thumbs along the center of your forehead. And then let the hands rest into the forehead. So you feel the thumbs just moving in between your palms a little bit. And perhaps the index fingers are resting along your head and into the hairline. Just very gently draw the skin of the forehead down so you're not pressing in. Soften your jaw, your eyes, and deeply drop your awareness to the back of your skull and the back of your heart, even the sacrum and the soles of your feet. And then you can release your hands very slowly off your head, and you might rest them on your body or on your heart or just back out to the side. And then if you wish to stay as you are while we seal this practice, you're very welcome to. Or start to make little movements and this journey back up to seated, and really take your time. So as if this is a pose into itself. And we want to honor and come up when it feels ready. And you'll know when that is. Nice. Okay, let's take a few moments, and wherever you place your hands, maybe just lightly touch the tip of the index and the thumb together. However they're facing, up, down. And release your chin towards your heart. Lean back even a micro bit. Let's see if that helps to kind of drop the energy right into the pelvic floor and into the floor. Drop your inner gaze deep in towards your own heart. And then bringing your hands together to rest at your heart, however you like to do that. Taking a moment for gratitude for your practice and for your presence. And for everything that's happening in your life right now, the hard and the beautiful. We need them all. So if life were always easy, we would never grow. As you inhale, lengthen, lift your chin. Exhale as you are. And we'll seal this practice with, let's do our May We Be Blessed mantra. And you're welcome to just be as you are, and I'll bless you if you like, or you can join with me. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. And we'll seal that with one Om. Inhale. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Namaste. Take a full breath in. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath. And perhaps you offer it to yourself first. Just let it be with you, and then we'll offer it out. Great. With great love. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for being here and doing yoga, resting deeply, and may you have a good sleep tonight. So much love.